Donald Trump had his lawyers file a desperate plea to the United States Supreme Court this week, begging them to please drag your feet a little bit on determining whether or not I have presidential immunity for being prosecuted by Jack Smith. Now, as we all know, last week, Jack Smith, Trump appealed Chutkan's ruling saying he does not have immunity from prosecution. And Jack Smith said, I'm going to cut out the appellate court. I'm taking this directly to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, heck yeah, we'll do it. And we'll grant your request for an expedited hearing. So bing, bang, boom, let's get this done, the Supreme Court said. A week later, because they're dragging their feet too, Trump's lawyers finally got around to filing their motion where they said, hey, judges, would y'all mind just not doing the things that you've already said you're going to do? I mean, hey, what's the rush here? Let me read you this from their filing. They said that the claim should be, quote, resolved in a cautious, deliberative manner, not at breakneck speed. Don't rush to decide the issues with reckless abandon. And then they start to finally get into Jack Smith's legal arguments, and they say, he confuses the public interest with the manifest partisan interest in ensuring that President Trump will be subjected to a months-long criminal trial at the height of a presidential campaign where he is the leading candidate and the only serious opponent of the current administration. The combination of an almost 3-year wait to bring this case and the special counsel's current demand for extraordinary expedition, supported by the vaguest of justifications, creates a compelling inference of partisan motivation. Here's a problem. That doesn't read like it was something that Trump's lawyers wrote. Now, there's words in there, obviously, that Donald Trump's lawyers inserted. But to me, to my ears, to my eyes, to my brain, that sounds like something Trump dictated to them, and they just lawyered it up a little bit. So they're letting this guy call the shots. They are letting him direct their legal arguments, because arguing that it's political election interference is not a legal argument. It's not. But that's what they're doing because that is what Trump is telling them to do. And if they are going on Trump's orders instead of their own experience and knowledge as actual lawyers, they're screwed. Sorry. I really want to say that they are, but I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna tone down the language, but come on, they are, they have no legal basis for this. But the Supreme Court could still decide that they're not going to hear the case before the appellate court does. Even though they've already agreed to do it, they can go back on that decision. That's, something they're allowed to do. Or they could say, we are going to skip the appellate court, but we're just going to put this on the regular docket. We'll get to it when we get to it. It remains to be seen. Who knows what will happen? The Supreme Court, obviously under a lot of scrutiny right now, thanks to Clarence Thomas and his just absolutely insane corruption. So the Supreme Court may not be wanting to take a lot of heat. So that actually could make them do it earlier. Because if they bend the will to Trump as they're already under the microscope, probably not going to look too great in the eyes of the public. And that could come back to hurt the Republicans. So I think the court is going to continue to side with Jack Smith, especially if we're basing this solely on legal arguments. Jack Smith has plenty, and Trump's lawyers clearly have nothing. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.